Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, my name is Teacher Natalie from the edtechwizard.com. Here on my channel, you'll find videos all about teaching online, using technology in your classes, and becoming the best teacher you can be. Today I want to dive deep into creating your own worksheets with Google Slides. And I'm not talking about a print and go worksheet. I'm talking about creating a worksheet with movable pieces, a drag and drop activity. Because we're using Google Slides, the options are endless. You could create so many different types of worksheets. A matching activity, you can create a sorting activity. Students are sorting into a table with columns. The options are endless. So today I'm going to show you how to create a drag and drop activity and how to share this activity with your students in the Outschool classroom. So let's get started. Now we're going to open up a brand new slide presentation. So I'm going to close out the themes. I don't need the themes, and the first thing I'm going to do is I actually delete everything on this first slide. I do like to start with a blank slate. Before we start, I want you to think of two things. One, what is the purpose of this worksheet? What do you want students to accomplish? And two, what do you want students not to move? That's what we want students not to move is what we need to create first, so we can lock those images down in place so the students can't accidentally move it, change it, edit it, delete it. We don't want that to happen. Only certain pieces we want to allow them to move. So my worksheet today, I'm going to actually create a division worksheet for my class, my division flex class that I have up and running. We're talking about dividing using equal groups, so I want to create a worksheet that goes along with that. So I'm going to click on text box. I'm going to add a title and some directions. So I'm just going to title it Equal Groups Division, and change the font how you want it. Highlight it. I like this one. And then change your formatting how you want it. That looks good. And I'm going to add a second text box for my directions. So drag and drop the groups and objects to solve the division I cannot spell problem. For this activity, I'm going to just create two problems. I want them separated with a line, so I'm just going to draw a line down the middle, and we're going to change it to black, and I like the thick line so students can see it. And I want to make sure it's straight. Let's move this to the middle. I think that will look better in the middle. There we go. I'm going to copy and paste this line so I can just create another line here. There we go. Now I'm going to add another text box. This is going to be my division problem. 24 cookies divided equally on 4 plates. I like to actually use pictures and real life examples as much as I can. Let's add one more problem. These I do not want students to move, so I'm going to change my There we go. And I'm going to copy this and paste it. That way my formatting is the exact same. I don't have to mess with that. 14. Now, these are my directions. I do not want students to move these lines or the directions at all. So what you're going to do to lock these images in place, first we need to download this as an image. We're going to go download PNG image, and we can see it downloading there. Now that it's downloaded, I can, delete everything on this, go to background, choose image, upload, and it's going to be that last one right there in my downloads, and then click done. Now this is set as an image on my slide, and I cannot move anything on this now. When you create slides this way, keep in mind it is nice to keep that original set of slides. I would make my worksheet in a slide and then create a new slide deck with the background images that cannot be moved. That way, if I need to go back and tweak this worksheet, or maybe I wanted to add to it, then I have this original slide deck, and it allows me to easily edit it, and I don't have to recreate the whole thing again. So keep a copy of the original slides and then make a new slide deck for the activity you're going to share with your students. Since I have all of the images on here that I don't want students to move, I can go ahead and add in what I do want students to move, because I want to make it fun and actually add in the images of cookies and plates. So just right here in Google, I'm going to search a cookie, and I want just a picture of one cookie. Perfect. That allows me right there to add in that cookie. So I have a cookie, and I need 24 cookies, and I have one. So what you're going to do is just copy and paste that image, but you're going to put it right on top of each other. But I see that this is not a transparent background cookie, and I do want it to be transparent. I don't want to see this white background. So I'm actually going to, let's find a different image. Go to Pixabay and search a cookie. Whoops, if I can spell. Let's see if this one's transparent. Perfect. This one is transparent. It has the checkered background behind it, and it's free for me to use, so I'm going to download it. I am not a robot. Now I'm going to come back in here, go to Insert Image, Upload from Computer, and now I can find that picture of the cookie, and it does not have that square background. That's much better. So I'm going to make it a little smaller so we can fit all of the cookies I need. So I'm going to copy and paste it. I did on the keyboard shortcut, Control C for copy, Control V for paste, and I'm going to keep going and I'm going to put it right on top of each other. That way when students go to move this piece, it looks like they're, just like I'm doing, it's going to show up with another cookie behind it. So it looks like it ends. Now, instead of doing it one by one, I have several here. So I'm going to copy all of them. So I do that by just clicking off to the side, highlighting all of the cookies. That highlights every single cookie I have copied already. I'm going to Control Copy. So it's copied. I can't remember how many I did, but it's copied all of them. And then Control V, and I just pasted that many more. When you do this, that is a much faster way to make repeat copies. Now divide it equally on 4 plates. So let's search for a plate. Let's see what shows up. That one looks fine, nice and big. Oh, and look, this one is already transparent background. Perfect. So I want to make sure 4 plates can fit on my slide. So I'm going to put 4 plates on so I make sure it fits. Nothing's going to bug your students like an activity that just won't fit in the space you provided. I want to make sure, oops, I need to adjust my images so it is behind. So I'm going to go order. I right clicked on my plate, go to order, send to back. Now my cookie is going to be here. Now let's test it again. Perfect. Now I got to do the same with all of my other plates. I want to make sure the cookie comes out on top. Send to back, check it, and then we'll check this one. Order, send to back. There we go, perfect. Now all my cookies are going to be on top. Now I want to make sure that I can fit 6 on a plate, and it looks like I can. So this activity is ready to go. So let me just put all these back. Actually, I'm going to do Control Z. It's going to put them all back for me. I'm going to put my plates here in a pile as well for my students, so then they can move those as well. There we go. Now my next one, 14 apples divided into 2 baskets. So we need a basket. Let's see what we see. This one will work just fine. And it has it's not a transparent image, but for the baskets that is okay because I have a white background. If I did not have a white background, I would definitely look for a transparent image. So Control copy and paste. I have 2 baskets. Let's make them a little bigger. And let's find our apple. Apple. This one looks good. And it is transparent. Perfect. Got it. Make it smaller. Okay, Control C, Control V to paste it. And I'm going to put it again right on top of each other to make that infinite image. Now I have a couple and I'm going to copy all of them. Control paste. That should be enough. Usually when I do that, I'd like to go by 5s, and it's easier to count that way. Okay, now we're going to check this image. This one comes out on top. We want to be able to fit all 7 apples. I am going to make them a little smaller. So I'm going to highlight all of them at once. Whoops, all of them. And then just resize all of them at the same time. That's better. So when you're moving all of these images at once, make sure you drag from the corner to highlight all of them. Okay, and I'm going to put my baskets down in the corner so my students can move this image as well. That is how you easily create a drag and drop worksheet to send to your students. Super fast. Now, how do you share this with your students? I do not want to go ahead and share this slide with my students because it's going to edit my original slide, and then when another student clicks on this exact same link, it could already be done for them. I don't want that to happen. I don't want students to have access to my original slides, and I don't want students to be able to work on the same slide. They need their own copy. So here's how you're going to do it. It's called force a copy. Now what this is going to do is when students click on the link, it will pop up with a page that says, do you want to force a copy? Students are going to have to click yes. So when you share a worksheet like this with your students, make sure in the directions you state that when you click on the link, it's going to force a copy. just click yes, and then you'll have access to the activity. So what you're going to do is go back to Google Slides. First, make sure it has a title. So equal groups division. In order to force a copy for your students, this is where the magic happens, in the URL. If you just click share students or share this and then click copy the link, this will not give them their own copy. We want every student who clicks the link, it's going to create its own copy. So what you're going to do is back here, you're going to delete everything until you get to that slash. That's where you're going to stop. So delete everything. Doesn't matter what it is, delete everything until you get to that slash. You're going to type the word copy. Now this URL is what you're going to share with your students. So let's see what it looks like. I'm going to Control C, copy, open up a new URL. I'm going to Control V, paste, click enter. This is what it's going to show. Make a copy. Now students will click that. Now they have their own copy of this worksheet. They can complete the activity and it's not affecting your copy at all. That is how you're going to share your drag and drop activity with your students. Make sure to force a copy, and then you are good to go. I hope this video was very helpful in learning how to create your own drag and drop activities. If you would like to know more about different tech platforms you can use in your Outschool classes to make your lessons more fun and engaging, then check the description box down below for my online teacher tech toolbox guide. In this guide you will get resources, a lot of different tech platforms, a brief description about it, why you should use it, and ideas for how you can use it in your live and Flex Outschool classes. This resource is gold and it is all yours for free. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and in the comments below, what other tech tutorials or tech platforms would you like to see from me so you can utilize them in your own Outschool classes to create engaging lessons for your students and to stand out as a teacher. Remember guys, I'm here for you. See you in the next video.